Hello, it's day 3 of my Queenstown trip. I'm just walking from my hostel. We're going on a hike today. I woke up a bit late because I was so tired. I went to bed at 10, but still I was so tired. But yeah, I'm decked up. I don't know if I'm ready because this is gonna be my PB. I'm gonna break my PB if I do this hike. When I do this hike. This is the view. So I'm going to the city centre now to get myself a meat pie because I want to compare how good it is compared to the Aussie meat pie. It's only like a 10-minute walk, 10-15 minute walk, and then another 10-minute walk from the city centre to the gondola because I want to skip the first 400 or so meter elevation to get up to the base. Apparently, like, it's not even that pretty. The hike between the bottom of the mountain to the base of the mountain. Questionable choice of word, but they said that the best hike starts when you take up the gondola up and then you continue to hike from there. So that's what I'll do. Elevation will be about 1,000 or so meters in 10 kilometers distance. So we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna try the steak pie. Hold on. Bro, look at that. Of course, can't get without tomato sauce, but I don't even know how to smash this out there. This is from the famous Berg Baker, so I'm hoping it's good. The pastry is so buttery. I love it. Haven't got to the meat part yet though. The blue cheese really goes well with the steak, man. So tender. Well, I'm gonna put the tomato sauce now. I'm at the top now. I just took the gondola to kind of cheat a little bit, you know, climb the extra 500 meters to get a head start. There was like ice on the ground, so we're already at the baseline of where the snow starts. Now I went to a cafe to get me some wrap, and then the guy was like, "Oh, you're going to go to the Lomond track?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he said it's going to be chilly today. Good luck. But I think I'm ready, and I'm by myself. I had a very late start because people usually go at like 7, earlier than 9, but I wanted to wait for the gondola, but I was 1 hour late. Oh well, should be good. So we made it to a point where bikers can't come across this way. Oh my god, the view, look at this view, man. Well, and that's the lake. But when I was walking through this way, like, it was just filled with snow. And incoming as well, like, it's just filled with snow. So we have, we're going to the summit, so it's about 2 or 3 hours to go. And there's nobody here. I'm just so excited. I reckon nobody's here is because I started quite late, but look at this view. And I'm so glad I bought my crampons because it's just full of ice just in this track. The amount of times I slipped and fell in Canada is insane. Something that I find fascinating is where does the snowy tree start? As you can see, there's a line over there. There's also a gap, you can see there, between like green trees and the snow affected trees. Really cool. Reminds me of Minecraft. So I made it to the second sign. It says we have about 2 hours to go, 3 kilometers left to the summit, and then we're there. Woo! We're like, look at this view. Like, we're just over something, so we're able to see like the view of it. And just look at that. Yeah, so we were just at the gondola, so that was 2.5 kilometers. It says 1 hour, but I took like 1.5 hours because I was just taking photos and taking my time. Like, I forgot how hard it is to hike in snow, because it requires a lot of energy to just pick up your foot from the snow. But yeah, it's pretty good so far. I'm just in bliss. I did see 2 people like a bit far, just around there. I couldn't tell if they were going up or going down. I think they're going down, so hopefully I'll come across them and say hello. Yep, I was right. There was a couple that came from the saddle, which is just the place below the summit. And when the guy was just wearing shorts. No, both of them were wearing shorts. I was like, what the hell? And they weren't even decked up with what I'm wearing. Just wearing something light and a running vest. And I was like, it's light work for the... I'm so unfair. We made it. It took me some time to get through these tracks. They're very deep. I'm so glad the people that hiked before me paved the way. But I'm not alone. I think there are about 3 people coming up soon. I saw some walking by themselves, so I'm not alone. Now, I came across the sign, so I was like, alright, let's check in. The summit they want to go to is 1.5 kilometers away, 1 hour. And then there's another point straight ahead, but no one's gone there. It's completely bare, but you can see that people are going up there. This is my snack break, because I could see that from here onwards is going to be very steep. To be honest, like, climbing up here is already very steep for me personally, because, well, let me check what I've done so far. So I've done 584 meters in elevation in 4.5 kilometers. That's a lot, and that was 4.5 kilometers going back and forth at first. So I was probably doing like 4 kilometers, run 3.5 in 584 meters in elevation. That is crazy for me. I've never done that steep in such a short distance before, so this is definitely a feat. I definitely want to go to the summit, and I'm so close. When I say 1 hour, it's probably going to take me like 1.5 to 2 hours maybe, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm about like 200 meters away from the peak, elevation wise, not distance. But I just talked to this guy who was going down, and I said, is it far? Is it there yet? He said about 200 meters up, but and I said, did you get to the peak? And he said no, because about 30 meters from the peak itself there's a big drop of snow from the cliff, and you have to get across it to get to the peak, and it was unsafe. So he turned around, just like the other couple who turned around. So he's the second person to get to the top. He like looked up and down at me and said, be careful. But I should be fine, because there are 2 people on their way up now, and I just saw a few people coming up. Just for context, from here onwards it's about 1 meter of snow, so let's do some demonstration. So it's not too bad, but even earlier, like when I was crossing through, I was in really deep snow. So I'm so glad I bought my proper hiking pants. But yeah, here's the view. This is, I think I've already broken my personal best. This is the highest elevation that I've done, so I'm really proud of myself for that. But it's a matter of, like, you know, coming down safely, because while this is almost 1,000 meters in elevation, it's only like 10 kilometers in distance. Displacement, scientifically speaking. But yeah, almost there. You can see from there. That's the peak, I reckon. And then we just have to follow these red ribbon there. So even starting now, it's getting very deep. And I'm a short person, so I'm gonna be diving much deeper than these people. Not long to go now. Apparently this is the easiest stretch of the hike, but holy crap. So I had to traverse through the edge of it because it was powdery. And look, and then that's the edge right there. So I had to like lean back to make sure that if anything were to happen, I can just fall to the side. But apparently I'm the 7th. I'll be the 7th person getting to the peak today, so I'm excited. I did it! Woo! This was my first time hiking up the snowy mountain at 1,000 meters in elevation. So this is the view of, that's Queenstown over there, and that's the mountain. Let's go like around. But yeah, oh my god, I can't believe I did it. I did it. Like, oh my god, and I did it by myself. Like, this is so, wow. I feel like I did this myself, and not saying it was easy. Like, I fell a few times on the snow, but I feel like I can do anything. I'm not gonna record myself going down because I know it will be very difficult coming down. So if this is the last video I'm taking, thanks for watching. And yeah, this is Billa Travelog in New Zealand, Queenstown. Woohoo!